As many other people have already said, JoJo Siwa used to act like a child, and now she acts like what a child thinks adults are like. Exactly my thoughts about her, to be honest. It's almost as if she has signed up for a crash course on how to become an adult, taught by toddlers, and the results are just incredibly cringe. I mean, you guys must have seen some of the stereotypes, like the over-the-top rebelliousness that doesn't even come off as real as her role model, Miley Cyrus, along with that edgy fashion and that typical I'm too cool for school vibe that JoJo seems to give off. But the irony is, in her quest to become that cool kid, well, she's turned into a walking joke of what she thinks being an adult is all about. And it gets much darker than that. Some of the things that JoJo Siwa has done as of late are extremely questionable, and we're gonna dive into that now.
I made the art that I wanted to, and I am so excited to bring this version of pop music back. It's no secret that my transition is heavily inspired by Miley Cyrus. Of course, Miley's flip, Miley's switch, Miley's turn was the greatest thing that I witnessed with my own two eyes.
Name one thing that's made you a bad girl.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm eating JoJo Siwa ice cream.
Yeah.
Out of a JoJo Siwa spoon. That video is public footage of my first time being high.
But I totally understand one of the biggest hurdles of being a child star is shifting from that youthful persona into adulthood while still catering to your younger fans. Now, JoJo Siwa has recently come under fire for attempting to shift from her bubbly rainbow sparkle character as a tween icon to that I'm cooler than you troublemaker rock star image. Sure, she's a little off the wall, but there's a whole lot more going on behind the scenes. I mean, when you think about it, how the kids who once admired her are now faced with all this darker stuff, well, it's crazy to think about. I mean, for sure you've come across these endless TikTok videos of her dancing to Karma that look like a full-on seizure, super annoying and clearly intentional. Then there's her new track, Guilty Pleasure, which sunk so hard it actually became the most disliked YouTube video of the year. How many dislikes exactly? Well, 3.1 million dislikes to be exact. That's insane.
So a list just got released of the most disliked music video by a female artist on YouTube in 2024. Here we go. 4th place, we have Yes And by Ariana Grande with 290,000 dislikes. Coming in hot at number 3, we've got the brand new Women's World by Katy Perry with 330,000 dislikes. Number 2, 2nd place overall, we have Fortnite by Taylor Swift with a whopping 350,000 dislikes. And your number 1 1st place overall goes to Karma by JoJo Siwa with an astonishing, record-breaking 3.1 million dislikes. You know, I am the only person that can say I beat Taylor Swift on a list of something. I'll take it.
Hey guys, I'm over here pulling a full-on I just bit into a lemon face with teeth clenched and everything, because it's clear, JoJo, you've mastered the art of making everyone cringe. She's honestly really killing it, isn't she? Especially that full cutout standee of her behind her. I mean, it's just horrendous. She's so obsessed with herself. It's almost kind of sad to watch. This level of embarrassment, honestly, it's just off the charts. I don't care how much money she's making. Is that really worth it? But it's not only her dance moves or the strange, loud and bragging attitude that draws criticism. People are bringing up some serious concerns you might not have even expected. There are troubling allegations about her exploiting a disabled girl and claims that she's been stealing music without proper credit. And of course, we really need to talk about her rebrand, how she's been pushed aside, actually swatted, and seems to be completely losing her grip in this identity crisis. It's honestly something that we see too often in child stars. So let's start with the biggest controversy that started after the Rolling Stone article came out, alleging that JoJo Siwa and her mum mistreated the members of XOMG Pop, the girl group they supposedly created to launch into stardom. Now, I won't drag out the suspense. Her mum actually told a disabled girl who was bleeding through her belly button after surgery to just slap a maxi pad on it and keep dancing. Like, that's insane. You are literally telling someone's kid who's bleeding post-surgery to carry on and still think they'll trust you to make them pop stars. That's just beyond awful. According to this article, JoJo promised these girls the moon and stars, but ended up throwing them in the trash instead. Oh, and this all went down before JoJo's Big Bad Girl rebrand. So there's a whole mess of chaos to unpack here. So, for some context, back in 2021, JoJo and her mum launched a show called Siwa's Dance Pop Revolution, where 11 girls competed for a spot in the next big pop group. JoJo was supposed to be their mentor, while her mum played the role of a manager, and the winners were set to open for JoJo during her tour, aiming to make them the next big sensation for kids and teens. But honestly, the more you look into it, well, the uglier it becomes, because one of the mothers and a dancer have both come forward to speak out against JoJo and her mum, revealing the harsh conditions the girls endured during their time in the group and on the show. For example, Leah Sanderson, who was just 16, and her mother shared that JoJo subjected the kids to grueling rehearsals, skipping school breaks, and offering pocket change as a compensation, which is a massive violation of child labor laws. How many hours are they making these kids work? 8 to 12 hours a day with little to no pay? Seems like a scam to me. JoJo Siwa's busy flaunting her Lamborghini, which looks like a clown car with her face plastered all over it. I mean, how does she even drive that thing without being blinded by her own mug face? It's just a very ugly mobile billboard, in my opinion. I mean, I would rather choose to drive that Mutt Cuts van off Harry from the Dumber and Dumber. But yeah, I mean, the point is here that she can't even shell out a decent wage for her trainees while bragging to everyone about her riches. Not particularly a good look, is it? Also, her motto on that show, it's not a good day unless you make a kid cry, which is insane. Instead of fostering a supportive environment, they think a huge emotional breakdown, well, it's just part of the training, and that being harsh and demeaning is synonymous with being a perfectionist.
Who the living fuck just booed me? Where the fuck did that come from? Which one of you? Which one of you? Respectfully, fuck you.
I mean, just look at her speaking. It's clear she's been molded this way. If she's not tooting her own horn, it's just a load of crap coming out of her mouth, which is a total joke compared to the full of colors and smiles they claim to promote. In fact, during her training, her instructor used to humiliate her and would make her cry in front of everyone. So I guess she's adapted to that and now did the same thing to the girls.
You deserve nothing else. You earn it. You can't stand here and cry. I want no crying children. None.
Well, if you yell at me, I'm gonna cry.
Get out. Go.
Let's get
Go. Let's go. We're going home right now. Tell us that. Then I would have put her in.
Gia, do you know the order of the solos?
JoJo! Have you learned nothing? Do not address her until she learns to say, excuse me, when two adults are speaking. I am too old for that crap.
Now, just days before Leah's spinal cord surgery, she reportedly started bleeding during a rehearsal for the show in which JoJo was hosting. Instead of suggesting Leah take a break and get some rest, JoJo's mum didn't care and advised her to just put a pad on it instead. Yeah, sure, okay. Come here, sweetheart. Just use this maxi pad with wings on it. JoJo spent a fortune on the costume, and we can't have a little thing like a medical issue ruining it. Great, what a mum, eh? We can't let blood mess up such a sparkly outfit now, can we? Just cover it up and get back on the dance floor, or you might find yourself out of a job. So why did all of this happen? Well, it's because the bad girl and her mum pressured Leah to work under serious physical strain, only a few weeks after her surgery, and it's just insane how far they pushed her. Her mum even added that the atmosphere was filled with consistent anxiety in that show, to the extent that they're practically drilled from the start to be grateful and appreciate all the damn time, always thanking JoJo and her mum for every tiny little thing. I mean, at this point, everyone should be lining up to thank JoJo and her mum for the Best Manager award for handing out that tiny pad while dodging a serious situation. But anyway, JoJo has denied all allegations of abuse, leaving us wondering, are they the real villains here? While the mounting evidence and testimonies from others in the production seems to suggest that JoJo is mishandling the situation terribly. Her comment about giving her mum new dolls to play with makes it even clearer. She's ready to sweep these issues under the rug and kick off her rebranding, treating those trainees and dancers like disposable toys just waiting to be used. And yes, that's when her kiddie JoJo character officially hit the road. Now let's talk about her rebranding and the utter mess that has been. We're officially transitioned from JoJo the child star to JoJo the rebel. It's just a rite of passage for child stars, I guess. They grow up and want to shake off all those kid-friendly roles in favor of something that feels, well, a bit more authentic to them. Just think of Hannah Montana morphing into Miley Cyrus, right? She went from a wholesome Disney role to head-shaving, wrecking ball swinging chaos and lots of hypersexual content. Well, JoJo seems to be hopping on that same trend, which is surprising after seeing how well that went for Miley, but I guess here we are. And she's made it clear that Miley's rebrand has heavily influenced her own journey. It's not really a sentence that I think could possibly sound good, but here we are. I suppose the difference is that, well, Miley Cyrus never needed to proclaim herself a bad girl. She let her actions speak for themselves, allowing people to form their own opinions. After all, you don't just declare yourself a legend. I'm sure JoJo probably would, but your audience does. JoJo Siwa, on the other hand, seems to be trying way too hard to emulate Miley's rebelliousness vibe, even going as far as to label herself a bad girl artist. Makes it so cringe. It's pretty transparent that she's overcompensating, and if anyone questions her, well, she's quick to defend her self-appointed title. True bad girls, well, I don't think they really need to broadcast their rebelliousness nature. They literally just live it. JoJo, however, seems more obsessed with her image than actually embodying it. She's going through her own version of a Miley phase while drowning in her own ego. Now, let's unpack the lyrics from her new track, Karma, where she boldly declares, "I was a bad girl." Well, let's be real here. Exploiting a disabled child, yeah, I mean, that definitely fits the bill of bad behavior. If that's what being a bad girl is to her, then I would say she's wearing that label a little bit too comfortably. But shortly after her big rebrand, JoJo actually found herself in some hot water, getting called out for allegedly plagiarizing the song Karma's a Bitch. This track was originally deemed by Britt Smith back in 2012 and was meant for Miley Cyrus. When the backlash hit, she spoke to TMZ and insisted she didn't steal anything. Now, while it's totally normal in the music industry to buy the rights to existing songs, it's, well, pretty funny how she's acting like she's blazing a trail with her so-called gay pop genre. Honestly, it just feels a bit off for her to act like she's the one who created this song, throwing around deep meanings when in reality, it's just recycled material from bigger songwriters.
The background on Karma, honestly, it's an old song. I was pitched it. I loved it, was obsessed with it, so I grasped onto it.
Why not that instead of a new song?
No, that's a very normal thing. A lot of songs are
Okay.
What happens is people write songs and then they just don't do anything with them. And then a few years later it makes more sense for another artist. Don't know.
Did you steal it from Britt Smith?
I did not steal anything. There's no such thing as stealing.
Yeah.
I also don't know who Britt Smith is.
She sung it before you, apparently. And it's been going viral online.
Clearly not that viral because I haven't even seen it. It's about me, so.
Sure, a lot of her favourite musicians don't write all their own stuff, and that's just a part of the business, I guess. But JoJo's attitude, well, it gives the impression that she thinks everything is her brainchild, which can mislead her fans. If she really wants to make a mark in the music scene, she should just focus on being authentic instead of trying to ride the coattails of others. I can hear her thinking by the way she's fumbling her words in the video, like, oh shit, what am I gonna say? I initially claimed this song was about my ex, and now everyone's roasting me. It's crazy that she actually made that claim before the rumors even started flying. So she's really digging her own grave here. And this isn't the first time she's pulled a stunt like this. JoJo released her song Choose Your Fighter, which was actually a TikToker named Emmeline's original, released in 2022. With no credit, and even the singer herself was confused about what was even happening.
This song, I want you to listen for a very special ad-lib.
If you watch the whole video of that, it's obvious she doesn't even know the lyrics. She was just guessing the words. I mean, for God's sake. And people in the comments, well, they're pointing that out, that the voice is Emmeline's, not JoJo's. I mean, how embarrassing for her to be calling herself an artist when she's just reusing other people's work, and has the nerve to compare herself to Miley Cyrus and other artists. So in a response to all of the issues, she posted a video of herself recording that song in the studio, I guess trying to prove to us, see, it's my voice, so shut up everybody. What a bad girl, am I right guys? She just keeps talking for attention, even though everyone online is mocking her for her absurd claims. And the craziest part, she generally doesn't care. Remember when something fell out in her music video?
I'm your guilty pleasure.
Some say it's just a tissue or even a tampon. I mean, we don't know. But the thing is, people are saying that it might have even been on purpose, just to stir up some chatter. I mean, for her, any kind of publicity is good publicity in her eyes. All in all though, JoJo Siwa was pushed to work through her childhood instead of growing up like a normal kid, and now as an adult she's acting more childish while insisting she's no longer a little girl. In doing so, she's alienated her fans with her drastic changes and her overlaying negative, self-centered attention, often mocking others in a way that feels honestly very toxic. And I'm not even sure if this is just the part of her rebrand anymore. But tell me, what do you guys think in the comments down below? Has she taken this rebrand way too far? Or do you think this is a good look for her? If so, and you made it this far, please leave a comment down below saying JoJo Siwa is out of control. I'll pick one of you for a shout out in the next video. With that all being said, hope you guys are doing really well, and I hope you've had a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.